Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing a hair tutorial. I know that somebody requested that I do like a hair tutorial for my hair, but I'm going to use my niece because in the last couple days with her, I am going to do a curling tutorial using her hair. As you guys can see, her hair has somewhat of a wave to it, so we're going to work with it. There's several different tools that you can use to do curls in your hair. You can use definitely, obviously, a curling iron or those curling irons without the clamp, which that's kind of a new thing. There are a couple of good ones on the market, or you can just use the Chi. I'm going to be using my Chi. It's an auto digital one. It's the newest one that they've come out with. If you go to Ulta to get it, it comes in a red box and it has like a DVD. So first, what you want to do is, for me, what I like to do is I like to start at the bottom half. So you can just split it or anything. You're going to need a couple clips, like just any regular cloth clips, a comb, and a brush. As I go through the tutorial, I will show you guys some of the products that I use as far as heat protectant goes and hairspray. So what you want to do is just kind of divide the hair and do the bottom half. It doesn't have to be perfect. Her bangs I usually do last, and that's when I'll lower the setting on the actual flat iron. So yeah, just anything in general, just any division here. You don't have to be perfect. And put the rest of it to the side. And I've already combed through. That's something that is very important. You also want to use some type of heat protectant, and I'm going to be using the Chi Iron Silk. It's number 07. It's the Ultra Straightening Spray. Love this stuff because it doesn't look too like cornstarchy or anything like that. When you put it on the hair, it doesn't, make the hair look very crispy or anything like that. So once you spray it in, you want to just comb it through, and then you want to take small sections of the hair. So I'm going to show you with this section here. So you want to do probably like about an inch or so. Let me see if I can scoot her closer. And I have my Chi setting to 356. It goes a little bit higher than that. Depending on your hair, you can lower it. If your hair is pretty damaged or pretty fine, you need to lower the setting because you're going to burn your hair and further the damage. If your hair is very, very thick, you might need to set it all the way as high as it goes. So what you want to do is, if you want to take it and run it through once, you can, because it's going to be very hot. And once you have it here, what you want to do is start to turn this curling iron, this flat iron, sorry, and slowly pull away from the hair. Just slowly bring it down. And as you can see, it does create a really nice curl here. So I'm going to do this other side here, little under piece, and just turn it. See? Just really nice curls. And when your hair has like some wave to it, it definitely makes it easier on curling, because it's just, your hair is naturally curly or wavy. My hair is naturally straight, so if I want any volume or any curl or wave, I have to put some effort into it. But for her, it's really simple and easy. And then if you want it, you can twist it with your finger. You just don't want to play with it too much, because playing with it as it's cooling off could make the curl fall out a little bit. So you just make sure that you can either spray it beforehand or spray it afterwards. If your hair is like mine, straight, you want to definitely put some hairspray beforehand with your heat protectant. And then for people who have wavy hair, curly hair, your hair is normally like that, so what you can do is spray afterwards. And so what we're basically trying to achieve here is just a little bit of a wave, not something too curly that looks, too much. Just really soft curls here, nice little beach waves, and we'll run our fingers through it towards the end so you guys can see. But this is, show you guys again. So you take the hair, take the flat iron, you can run it through if you want to make it a little bit straighter. You don't have to, it's an additional step. But you want to take your flat iron, clamp the hair, and as you're pulling up towards you, you want to start turning your flat iron and slowly bring it down. And as you can see, it will make these beautiful curls. Let me see if I can lower the camera so you can see. There we go. Makes these beautiful kind of waves. And if you need to, you can go back, because I know for me, I have some pieces that are very stubborn that do not want to curl, and then if I have it where it's too hot and I go over it again, it just makes the curl even worse. So that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is continue to part her hair and do the next sections. And take her hair out. And then just take more sections of it. Let's see. It doesn't have to be too precise, the actual parting, but you want to make sure that your curls are, you know, going in the right direction. Especially when it gets towards the front, you want to curl away from your face, not toward, because then it's going to bring that curl into your face, especially if you have bangs like she does. And I'll show you that. So again, just take the hair, let's clip these bangs back, spray it with your heat protectant. You can use the tresemme one, which I've used in the past, mentioned in several favorites videos. It's a really good heat protectant, but the girls at my salon, I also work in a salon, or where I work has a salon, so they definitely recommend, because we're Redken salon, so therefore they always recommend Redken products for me. So again, I'll show you. Take the hair, clamp your flat iron, and then just pull away from you and turn as you go. And that's it. So I'm going to continue doing the rest of this section, and then I'll come back to show you the rest of the parts. Okay, so I just finished that section from before. I parted the hair again, picking up the flat iron, clipping it. As I'm pulling towards me, I am turning the curling iron all the way towards the ends. You don't want to miss the ends, because that's when your ends will either stick out or do their own little funky things. So you just want to make sure that you pull the hair all the way through. As you can see, this is her hair pretty much curly on its own. And I just like to turn the curl with my fingers. Just gotta be careful, because when you're using a flat iron, the hair is gonna be hot. So you just want to be careful with it. And I like the flat iron to use for curls, because it gives you like nice soft beach curls and beach waves. If you're wanting more of like a curly look, then I definitely would recommend the Hot Tools. The black and white nano ceramic curling irons are fantastic. They make some really good ones. So again, taking it and turning. And it just takes some time to get used to turning it with the hand, because I definitely didn't get it, you know, when I first started doing curls. I definitely didn't get it the first day. Take some practice. And definitely, if you're using the clipless curling irons, you want to read the instructions, because your hands are pretty much going to be touching the curling rod, so you want to be careful, because that's going to definitely be hot. Alright, so I'm going to keep curling her hair, and then I'll be back to show you the front part. Okay, so I'm getting closer to the front of her hair, where her part is, so I just wanted to show you guys. This is the piece that falls to the side, and so what you want to do is curl and pull right through. And see how that creates a nice little S-curl. And what I'm going to use for hairspray is the Tresemme Tray 2. It's the Ultra Fine Mist. It's number 3. Because I know that there's one that it's a little bit stronger. This one is a pretty good hold. It's humidity resistant, which is great. Here in Texas, everything is, you know, the weather's pretty much humid all the time. So it definitely works great. Let's see. I'm going to work on the top of her crown. This is where you would do some teasing if you wanted some volume, because it's going towards, you know, not the back of her head, but right at the top part of the crown. And then this is where I actually take my time, because the top layers usually fall on top of everything else that you've done, depending on the length of the hair. And this is where you want to, you know, pay a little bit closer attention to how you are curling and the direction you're curling. Someone is tired. Okay, so just running my fingers through it just to make sure that it's coated. You can use a brush if you wanted to. And just turn. You may hear a little sizzle, but that just means, see, just means it's pretty hot and it's curling, and then that's when I start to spray. And this is a nice kind of soft, wavy look. I remember earlier that I told you it's very age appropriate for her. She's got a piece here, this stubborn piece that doesn't want to curl, so I'm going to have to go back when we're done here and fix it. So I'm going to just do the rest of it, and then I'll be back to show you the final pieces. So now we have just a couple pieces, her bangs that are growing out, and then this one, the last strand. But just so you can see, get a little closer here. She's got the curl with the last piece here, and then what I did was I curled her bangs to kind of go into this other curl, because her bangs, since they're, they pulled a big chunk of her hair. See, it's thicker on the other side because the way she parts her hair. But this is the point where you would part your hair, do any last minute teasing if you wanted to. This is the last strand here before the bangs. So what you want to do is keep twisting all the way down, making sure you get the ends. Spray. And then the bangs here. And what you want to do for the bangs, remember you want to curl away from the face. I want to just flat iron it. Ooh. It's hot. Let this cool off here. Okay, so now the last piece, I had to let it cool off because it was pretty hot. You want to take the curling iron or your flat iron, and you want to take the hair and you want to twist it away from the face, and just not necessarily pulling it through to make a complete curl. But as you can see, it falls, and this, here, get a little closer to the counter. It falls away from the face. You can play with it as it's cooling, but what you want to do is make sure you spray that. Make sure you spray this strand. So what we're going to do is twist a couple pieces here and then quickly spray it. You can pin it backwards like this and then spray it, and then it just kind of goes into it. Kind of close my eyes here. And then with my fingers, since her hair is pretty thin, I don't want to do any teasing because she's young. So then just run the fingers through, and as you can see, it's just soft waves. Nothing too fancy, nothing too dramatic. It's perfect, especially for those, even us that were older, to just like a soft kind of wave. It's really pretty, and it's kind of trendy now to have those nice little waves, not so dramatic and that 80s poof or anything like that. So that's pretty much it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And as you can see, nice balanced kind of wavy hair, and her hair's got some fullness to it. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.